Okay, in an era of bird flu, we need to talk about how that impacts our backyard chicken flocks. I mean, we know that bird flu is endemic in America's cattle now. It's just circulating, and RFK Jr. has made sure that we're no longer testing milk for it. We're not really testing milk for much of anything anymore. It's taken us straight back to the swill milk scandal of 1850. We also know how RFK Jr. has canceled meetings for planning for the fall's flu vaccine, so God knows if we're going to have regular flu vaccines at all. Research into bird flu vaccine? I mean, what even is public health research under this regime? They've cut cancer research, stroke research, Alzheimer's research, all to put more money straight into the pockets of the super rich. They've also cut all kinds of ag research that benefits America's farmers. And public health research and good public health policy, it's just been yeeted straight into outer space. I mean, I get that RFK Jr. is a eugenicist, that fascism always has eugenics wound into it. And I get that RFK Jr. is a eugenicist, and any fascist regime is just going to be interwoven with eugenics. And that includes cutting health funding, biomedical research, vaccine research, access to medications and healthcare. They want us sicker and dying sooner. After all, Elon Musk called us the parasite class. So why should we be protected? It doesn't matter that that's what our tax dollars should be funding. That's not where they're going. They're going into the pockets of rich guys like Elon Musk, while we all get sicker and poorer and lose all of the protections that our taxes were supposed to fund, all of the services and policies that were supposed to keep us healthier and provide us with a good quality of life. It's just all gone. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox now. Back to the question. When it comes to bird flu and our backyard chicken flocks, what do we do about chicken manure? Is it safe to even put it in our gardens anymore, to put it in our compost bins? God knows we're not going to get any national direction from the USDA, but we are getting some direction from the Oregon Health Authority. Sarah from Malala asks the Oregon Health Authority, regarding H5N1, aka highly pathogenic avian flu, we usually get chicken manure compost and apply it directly to our garden every year. So those are those bags you get at the garden center of chicken manure that is hot composted. And she says, since they heat it up, I'm just not sure how high the temp gets or how consistent it is. What, if any, are the safety protocols for putting this product in my garden for other animals and my chickens to consume the vegetables grown in this composted, purchased chicken manure? The answer from the OHA is, we consulted our partners at the Oregon Department of Agriculture for help answering this question. When properly completed, composting effectively inactivates, aka kills, the H5N1 bird flu virus. In fact, infected organic material on infected commercial farms is often composted for the purpose of safe disposal. On infected farms, composting follows very strict protocols and is performed under the direct supervision of experts from the Oregon Department of Agriculture or the USDA. Well, I wouldn't trust the latter as far as I could throw them. The compost piles are then monitored daily over a minimum of 28 days to ensure proper temperatures are reached for the composting to successfully kill infection. Therefore, if completed properly as described, the compost poses no risk to your chickens or other animals, or to humans who eat the produce grown in your garden. Right, so there is the potential that if you are buying bags of chicken manure, they could come from industrial farms that have had their flocks culled for bird flu. So the question is, are they composting it properly and safely? Brooke Rollins as the Agriculture Secretary and RFK Jr. in charge of our public health, I would not trust the USDA to be properly overseeing the disposal of any contaminated matter from farms that have avian flu. That's just me personally. I would not want that shit, literal shit, near my chickens. I do want to add here, if you have a healthy flock of birds in your backyard and you want to compost their manure, go for it. You can put that in your compost. A home compost rarely gets hot enough to meet the requirements of industrial hot compost, just so you know. If you are concerned that your flock, especially if they are free range and they are not in a protected run, and so they are potentially interacting with wild bird populations, if you're concerned that your birds are ill, and they could have contracted bird flu, you need to contact your state Department of Agriculture, like, immediately. It's better safe than sorry. I do want to put it out there. I compost my chicken and duck manure. I don't put it onto my annual veggie beds. It goes around my perennials, and only when it's really well composted. I mean, it's been sitting somewhere for over a year. But I do understand that my home compost does not meet the temperatures of an industrial compost. I really have more what you would call cold composting than hot compost. And that means that some pathogens can live in that kind of a situation. And so you need to be really careful with where you are putting that finished product, whether it's going to be touching vegetables that you might eat raw. Don't do that. I will also say my own personal preference is that if all proper procedures are followed, bagged poultry manure from poultry farms where you don't know the circumstances under which they're being kept and you don't know what has happened to that flock. I personally, I understand if everything was followed to the letter, it should be safe to use in your garden. I don't think in Trump's America, with what has happened to our Department of Agriculture and to the USDA oversight, I don't think that I would be comfortable putting that on my veggie beds. But that's just me personally. I am going to use an abundance of caution. According to the Oregon Health Authority, it's fine if all procedures were followed. I have zero trust in Brooke Rollins. I have zero trust in RFK Jr. The USDA of America in 2025 is not the Department of Agriculture that we had in 2024.